then I got a job in Johnson's, the dry cleaners in Waversley Road. But the manageress used to be taking advantage of me and made me, if we were over, we used to have the clothes and we used to have to ticket them. We used to come in the middle of the night to collect all the dry clean, and everything had to be labelled and ticketed for the dirty clothes to go. And if we hadn't ticketed by the time the shop shut at 5:30, I had to stay behind, and with the manageress, and sometimes it could be 7 o'clock when we'd finished ticketing all the clothes, but I never got paid for that. I only got paid till the time the shop shut was 5:30, so if I was there after any time I worked after 5:30, I never got paid for. It was just one of them things you'd accepted then. And then she used to have me running around doing messages for her and general dog's body, and then she even had me picking her own kid, a little boy up from the nursery in Dean Road. So my mother said, oh, you're not. And then she sent me the bank with the takings, and I was only 15, and my mum said, no, she's not taking responsibility of taking a sack full of cash up to the bank. So I finished there, and my mates told me they were taking people on in Plessy's. Well, it was the automatic then, in Edge Lane, and I went there, and it was like a new world to me.
And what era was that?
This was 1965.
And when did you leave Plessy's?
When I left Plessy's, it was 1968, 67 when I got married.
Because I worked in Plessy's, but it was about 1994.
Oh yeah,
Five, 6.
Yeah, this was the old.
No, 74,
yeah.
5, 6.
This was the old automatic. They used to call it the Strowjet. It was the Strowjet, and then it went to the automatic. And it used to see that we used to go out of a morning. We used to start at 8 o'clock, and I'd leave. My friend had called me at 7:30, and we'd walk up Dorothy Street and the buses would be lined up right to the top of Edge Lane by Hall Lane. All these empty double-decker buses, and we used to walk down to the bottom of the bus stop by Edge Lane and Dana Road. And it used to be crowds of people.
I remember it, even in the 70s. There'd be 20,000 people on that street suddenly at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, and then the buses then would, one by one, they would come down
like
and pick us up.
Match,
yeah, it was like a football match.
Thousands of people.
Yeah.
And you don't see that anymore?
No. And it was that busy that when you were in the queue waiting for the bus, that you'd have a conductor coming through the queue, and give you your ticket. So you had a ticket ready to get on the bus. And maybe mate, I think it was Thrippins, and we used to keep the ticket from the day before. So as he's walking along the line, giving tickets out, he'd say, "I've got mine, mate." So we used to get bunk on the bus for. And see how long that ticket lasted us, sometimes it lasted all week. It didn't look too tattered or that, we tried to keep it, nice and tidy. So luckily we never got caught. But that was how it opened my eyes to a whole new world in Plessy's. It was, how we started, there was lads there, and I was very, very naive, very innocent. And when I think back to things that, we talk about sexual harassment now, things that was, it was, I suppose, in a way, it was a form of sexual abuse. The older men, I was a wirer, and we'd sit on the line, and we'd wire the switches for the traffic lights and the telecommunication, as switchboards then. And, we'd have line managers and older, I'd say older men. To me, at 16, I was going on 16. I was 16 then. I'm talking about men in their 30s and 40s and that, and not the foreman. The foreman were it was them like the line feeders, and they'd come up behind us, and they'd put their hands under your top, and they'd lean over the back of you. And we'd be wiring the switches up, and they'd lean over and they'd say, "Yeah, you've got a loose wire there," and they'd lean over you, and then they'd give they'd squeeze your boobs, and you go, "Ooh!" And I was only very slim and very skinny, and I wasn't very, very well developed. And they used to come up, and they didn't think nothing of it, and go, "Ooh, let's see how big they're growing. Are they growing any bigger?" Yes. And and then my friend, who was very, very attractive, and she was quite had big boobs, and this one fella used to come up quite a few times during the day, and he'd put his hands around and he'd go, "Oh God, you don't get many of them in a pound." when you think, it was absolutely...
It's abusive.
I mean, now, yeah, I mean, at the time, you did, you know, because you were 16 and these were the older men and, you know, you'd accepted it, and then you'd sit there and the mini skirts were just coming in then. And but we were still tights, there wasn't many tights, so we were still wearing stockings and suspenders, and they'd put their hands under your skirt, up your skirt and undo your suspender, you know, and feel your leg. And it was an accepted thing. When you hear now about, you know, girls, it was sexual abuse, nothing else, and it went on all the time. But it was one of them things. It was accepted, and you